How are you guys?
Pretty good.
Really
Fantastic. How are you?
great. I'm doing really great. And this movie is so weird and so wild. It's almost just an instant classic. And I'm wondering for you guys, what moment did you walk on set and kind of see what was going on and go, yep, this is one that's going to stick around for the next 10, 20 years?
It was interesting that the locations they found were really earthbound, sort of rural tundra, like in the snow, and there was a farm, and it was, so that's when it really drove home the reality. But I think I knew it when I read the script, that it was different, and it took iconic characters and put them in an absurd situation in the form of a Western. So it was therefore kind of, in a weird way, fish out of water for everybody, and therefore amusing.
Well, I want to go back to 1988. We're on the set of Tequila Sunrise. Now, Mel, did you ever imagine that you would be competing with Kurt Russell for Most Badass Santa of 2020?
No, and I had dinner with Kurt the other night, and I didn't realize that he'd done another Santa movie, and he didn't know I'd done a Santa movie. So I just basically said, wow, when we found out, we thought it was pretty funny. And we said, wow, this is actor's graveyard, you end up playing Santa, so it was a fun evening.
Well, I think it makes for a great triple feature if you want to go that far on Christmas Eve. So now, Marianne, I want to ask you, I know there's seeds for a sequel in this, and watching Mrs. Claus, there's a secret there behind her eyes. Can you explain, or do you know, is she the Easter Bunny or is she the Tooth Fairy? And is that the point we're going to take with this next one coming up?
Did you say Tooth Fairy?
Yes, or the Easter Bunny. I'm not sure which one. She could be both.
Yeah. Well, I had, suggested that maybe she's an elf, that, because she wears these hats all the time, that she'd take them off and reveal these elf ears,
Could be. Now, for Chance, I got to say, this kid's an evil little shit, but at the same time, at no point did I ever hate this kid. And sometimes I was on his level going, yeah. And I want to know how you find that balance where you're like, okay, I'm going to be pretty bad and people aren't going to like me so much, but I'm still going to have them on my side.
Well, Billy Weenan, I feel like he's a mean kid, right? He is just taking out all of his stress on everyone around him. And that's because he's compensating for the fact that he doesn't really have parents, You don't see his parents throughout the movie. His dad is God knows where with God knows what girlfriend. His mom isn't there, so he only has his grandma. So he compensates for that by being just a bad kid and taking out all of his stress and his problems on his 13 million maids and everyone he goes to school with. So when he gets that lump of coal for Christmas, yeah, he's not very happy about it. So he decides, hey, you know what? I'm a spoiled rich kid. I have access to all the money in the world. I think I want Santa dead. So I'm going to hire a hitman to kill him.
Well, this is probably, go ahead. What was that?
I said, as you would.
No, well, I was going to say, this is probably the question of the day, but I'm going to ask it again anyways, if you guys have gotten this. But have you guys ever gotten a present that was so awful or so bad that you were like, yep, this Christmas, I'm taking a hit out on Santa?
Oh, gosh.
I've been pretty lucky over the years with Santa Claus's presents, but I have a feeling if he sees this movie, it's not going to look good for me next Christmas.
Either of you guys want to answer that, or you're like, nope, we get presents that are perfect every year.
I get
Not perfect, but if I get what I need, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get good gifts. I do.
That's
They use them in this house.
I got to wrap it up, but my mom has one question for Santa Claus, if Santa Claus can answer. When is she going to see Passion 2?
Oh, it won't be called that, but I'm working on it. That is a very difficult thing to come up with, but I'll come up with it one of these years.
We could
What are
do
you
a
calling it? What are you calling it if it's not? I don't know what the title of it is.
It's The Resurrection.
The resurrection. Okay, so but we don't have a date. Anyways, Merry Christmas, everybody. It was great talking to you. Love this movie. And I'm sure 10 years from now, we're going to have a 10th anniversary and talk about it again. So I'll see you guys all in the future.
Have a fantastic day. Thank you.
Bye.